James Maxwell, Dr. Ginger Hamster on the Twitter, minds.com. I am so lazy today. I'm just following other people's leads. But it's interesting. You come across these articles, and, well, maybe a few of you would appreciate my spin on it. Here's an article in bold, B-O-L-D-E. Good fella sent me over here. He did a video on it, linked below. And this is going to be another bitch session about why women can't find decent men to date. You know, it's never the female's fault here. It's always the men. You'll find that out in this article from Jessica Litras, entitled, "Incredible Women Often Have the Worst Dating Lives." And here's why. And it's all about men, because men just can't appreciate this beautiful, wonderful, lovely woman, don't you know? So, who is this author? Jessica Litras. Jess is a passionate writer, an avid reader, an event coordinator in her favorite place, New York City. I see. She aims to be a girl boss in the world of public relations, and strives to make a difference in the lives of others every day. On the weekends, you can find her on the beach, listening to country music and spending time with family and friends, but no boyfriends because she's just too wonderful. Men can't see how gorgeous and beautiful and accomplished. Really, is that what's going on, Jess? Is that what's going on? She writes there are two types of women, actually. There are more than two, but okay. Those who have amazing luck in love and those who end up in one romantic disaster after another. Let's see now. Last time I checked. Jessica, we're in the United States, so women can choose who they date. So if you're having one romantic disaster after another, I wonder if it could possibly be your choice in men. No. It's men. Men's are evil. It's not that there's anything wrong with the latter group, the romantic disaster group, either. They're smart, independent, and actually really sexy. Turns out it might be those amazing qualities that are keeping them from finding love. She loves me. What gives? Well, she has 11 reasons for why men are awful. And it's the men. It's their fault. Number one, they're intimidating. Some guys don't know how to handle intimidating women, let alone date them. Let me just comment here. I don't want to handle any intimidating anybody. I don't hang around with dudes who are intimidating or women who are. You see, Jessica, the guys you are looking for in New York City, as you well know, there's a shortage of them, right? Physical shortage, not as many men, but we all know you college-educated brats. Well, you won't date anybody below your status, so you artificially create an even bigger shortage. These men have their pick of the litter. In some cases, think Wall Street banker, doctor, etc. Why would they choose somebody who's always intimidating? Why? If they have their choice, why would they go for somebody who's always nasty and unhappy or whatever? She continues, well, they wouldn't, and they don't. Maybe that's something to think about. Oh, no, not her fault. Not her fault. Just a little bit of, narcissism. No self-reflection at all in this article because it's never the women. It's the men. She writes there's something about them that lead these guys to believe that they're either bitchy or more intense than they really are, or perhaps, Jessica, you are bitchy and more intense than you think you are. If you ask me, guys like that are just afraid and would rather have a girl they feel they have more power over. No thanks. No, thanks to you. Nobody wants to be in competition all the time with someone who's bitchy and intense. And, guys just like to hang out with fun people, nice people. Not somebody who's all the time trying to, I'm a strong and power. Who needs that? Nobody. Number two, they are independent as fuck and won't sacrifice that for anyone. Isn't a relationship, Jessica, sort of a give and take between the parties. Man gives up a little bit to be with you. You might have to give up a little bit of your independence to be with him. No. This is a one-way street. He has to give it all to you, and you don't have to change. No sacrifice involved for you. Is there, Jessica? Naturally, some guys are more dominant and protective beings, which tends to play into their ego tremendously. Alpha men with choice, Jessica. Alpha men with choice. See, the funny thing is you're going for alpha men who are naturally more dominant. You're not going out with beta guys, are you? No, because you're not attracted to that. I mean, do I really have to explain this? Honestly? If an insecure guy feels like you don't need him, then his self-esteem tends to go down. Why would this have anything to do with his self-esteem is beyond me. But that's what happens. Many guys just like the feeling of being needed and depended upon. Independent women are the total opposite, hence the disconnect. Well, there you go. You've explained it for yourself. You mean a guy wants to feel like he's being needed by a woman in a relationship? Oh my God. Imagine that. Number 3, they have a built-in asshole repellent. That really depends, Jessica, doesn't it? On the time in your life, if you're hitting the wall, no, you have a good asshole repellent at that point. Because then you're looking for someone to make babies with. But when you're 20, 21, 22, or your age, oh, no. Your asshole repellent is not working. And you fall for it. You choose the assholes. Because those are the men that you are attracted to. She writes, by default, these girls can detect remotely any trace of toxic bullshit behavior. And in return, end up scaring guys off before they get a chance. Right. Most would consider this a good thing, but sometimes it sends the wrong message to guys who maybe just deserve a second chance. Oh, you mean alpha guys that didn't fuck you last weekend. Maybe this weekend they'll put out for you. Maybe these guys just deserve a second chance and didn't really mean to slap your ass when you were drunk. No, they did. See, they did. Alpha guys can get away with that. Now, if it was some creepy guy in the bar slapping you in the ass, you'd be calling the police, wouldn't you? Oh, my God. Number 4, they call guys out on their bullshit. Really? You can't really get anything past these girls because they're always on the game. See how they're fucking Wonder Woman at this point. They have magical powers. You can't get anything past these girls. Except, Jessica, you've pretty much admitted you're in the disastrous relationship aside as you described above. So tell me, why are you having all of these disastrous relationships if you have a bullshit detector that never fails? Why do you think maybe it's not as good as you think? Have you thought about? No. That would require introspection. We can't have that. She's a woman. She's perfect, right? They can see through any lies and nonsense guys have rolled up their sleeves. Evidently not, Jessica. You say your disastrous relationship one after the other. Maybe you ought to take your bullshit detector in for a tune-up because it seems like it ain't working. Just saying. Number 5, they're a little weird. Oh, amazing women. Amazing how you put yourself into that category. You know, Jessica, maybe you think a little too highly of yourself. Oh, no, it's impossible. Hamster spins up. No, it's the men. Of course. Amazing women like you, Jessica, at least you think you are, always come with a weird side. That's pretty much a given, really. The coolest and most inspiring women have this uniqueness about them that's sometimes hard to understand. That's what makes them so amazing. Sure it is. Whatever you say. Some guys have a hard time with girls who march to the beat of their own drum and are a little unpredictable. You mean like, oh, I'm sorry, the bass player was really cute, so I fucked him in the bathroom, but it's nothing. It's just nothing. Right. They don't know how to act around these girls or how to understand them. It's all of you women. We don't understand ya. But that's okay because these women love their own weirdness. Well, good. You have some love then in your life, don't you? You have self-love. That's beautiful. And they don't need a guy to approve of them. That's for sure. Seems like the farther down the list here we're going, Jessica, the harder it is for you. They're going to be able to find a guy. You're looking for a unicorn here, for crying out loud. Put up with all my shit. I'm not changing for you. Wonder why you're single. Number 6, they're super picky because they know their worth. Yeah. What this means is I'm not dating below my status. So F you, beta guys. No, it ain't happening. See, women who are super picky aren't judgmental. Right. Oh my God. And this woman gets paid to write this garbage? They just know what they want, and they're not about to settle for anything or anyone that's not as amazing as they think they are. Guys that can keep up, be real, be honest, and love hard are the only kind they'll accept. These guys aren't up to scratch. They don't stand a chance. No questions asked. I can't imagine why Jessica is single. I can't even imagine. Number 7, they're intense. Intensity is something that can be taken negatively, you think? Not just in women, men, to everybody. Nobody wants to be always on. You know, Robin Williams, he got intense when he was telling his jokes, but it got tiresome after a while. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes these women don't have very much control over it. Oh my God. Controlling your emotions, your intensity. Isn't that part of being an adult? They're intense storytellers, intense lovers, and intense in the way they communicate. In other words, they're bitchy, is what you're saying, Jessica. Nobody wants to put up with that. I want to hang around with nice people, not all bitchy, although who needs it? These women don't have a problem sharing who they are, and it can be overwhelming to guys who are a little more on the conservative side. Yeah, because we don't want somebody yelling at us all the time. I'm not yelling at you, you asshole. I'm just intense. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Number 8, they have real goals. Women who are killing it in life usually have their focus on more important things than finding love. Anyway, okay. Their motivation when they wake up in the morning isn't to match with a hottie on Tinder. There's another part of your problem, Jessica. Or land a date where they get a free meal and a few meaningless compliments. Free drinks, too. Wait, isn't that female privilege? I thought you being a feminist, Jessica, you'd be all saying, oh, no, I'm only paying for half of that meal. Damn it, I'm independent. Except when it comes to free shit. A truly motivated woman will focus on improving her life with things that actually make a difference, like learning, traveling, eat, pray, fuck, and embracing a strong career. Well, there you go. If guys aren't on this level, they can move on. Do you see where I'm going with the alpha guys? No dating below my level of status. Do you get it now? Women are independent, yet the man pays for the drinks and meal. Right? 9. They're way more mature than most. God. Women who have a strong head, a good attitude, and a poised way of carrying themselves have this admirable maturity about them that's rare. Number 7. Intensity is something that can be taken negatively, and sometimes these women don't have very much control over their intensity. Number 9. They're way more mature. Anyone else see that contradiction? Saying, blah, 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 maturity about them that's rare. Well, I would agree. It is rare to find a woman who is mature and acts like an adult, especially among you feminazis, Jessica. They don't, you sitting down for this? These rare women don't gossip. They don't dwell on negativity or care about what others think of them. They don't get their worth from guys telling them they're hot, nor do they need to post 15 selfies a week to feel good about themselves. They like who they are, and any guy who shows the slightest bit of immaturity will never stand a chance. What are you down to, like one possible guy at this point in New York City that you could possibly date? Jessica, you can't even see. You can't even see. Number 10, they love the hardest. These women may be intimidating, independent, bold, and strong, but the guy pays for dinner. Isn't that right? Oh, it's different. But they will always love hard. They'll take pride in their relationship. and put everything they have into it. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. Only strong men can handle this kind of love. No. See, this is where you're going wrong again, Jessica. This is where you're going wrong. Love hard because you latched on to an alpha guy. Alpha guys do not have to commit to you because they don't need you. They have options. So they don't want to hold on to you. They don't want to, and you get a little bit too, oh my God, and they're going to, I don't need this shit, and move on. Strong men just don't put up with this kind of bullshit. And number 11, they're actually the ones that guys have a hard time finding. No. Oh, Jessica, alpha men have choice. Alpha men can choose from a buffet of people to go out with if they're truly alpha men. They're just not picking you. They know where you're at. They're just going on to something else. For 11 reasons above, I'm hard, and I've got a career, and I'm intense. Yeah. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs it. In reality, guys are the ones who have a hard time finding the amazing girls. No. They have a whole stable of them, the guys you want, Jessica. You can only find them when you look hard and have the same high standards and expectations they do. Once a guy embraces an amazing woman, he'll never be able to go to another. Bullshit. See, Jessica, you think you're somehow this unicorn of special. I hate to say special snowflake because it's cliche at this point, but you think you're so unique that you're the only one who you think is amazing and beautiful and sexy and love hard and intensely and all this other shit. And these guys, all the men in New York City, think about that. All 2 or 3 million men in New York City, they know exactly where you're at. They are avoiding you. They don't want to deal with your bullshit. James Maxwell, thanks for listening.